Vinita, shall we get started?
Yes, sir. I have sent you the link. We'll wait for more minutes. You can address the crowd by that time.
No, we'll get started at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you.
No
Bye.
problem. I have pinned you the link.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Happy that we could actually swing this off. Welcome to Professor Sahasrabuddhe, Dr. Claude Gomez from Paris. We have several vice chancellors with us. We have Jiva with us, and of course, Anna University, our friends, I can see. And more importantly, so can you please all mute your system so that we can hear Professor Sahasrabuddhe soon. What I will do is I'll just give a brief introduction to what we are trying to do here to increase the number of toolboxes in Scilab. It is an unusual project. It is not like an app development or a portal development. It is quite different because it is not taught. Nobody teaches, for example, engineering software. How does one write an engineering software in colleges? We don't have that as a curriculum, but portal development is a curriculum, whereas app development, these things are. So this is unusual. Now, Scilab is what we call a FLOSS, free, liber, and open source software. It's an extremely versatile software, extremely popular software, and as a matter of fact, this organization CNES in France uses it extensively. What is CNES? CNES is a French aerospace organization, and they use Scilab extensively. So I always ask this question: if CNES can launch Ariane rockets using the calculations done in Scilab, and if our GSAT satellites were launched through Ariane rockets, and that we are communicating with each other possibly through those GSAT satellites, then isn't Scilab good enough for our purposes, whatever we are trying to do, our calculations, 2D, 3D, graphics, differential equations, optimization, and all kinds of things? Is it not good enough? One weakness, however, of Scilab is it doesn't have many toolboxes, even though it is an excellent software. So that is what we try to address in this hackathon project. Don't find any good open source software, any good already established. I don't want you to develop something new. If you develop something new, who will verify that it is good? So I said, already established, already created, and very well established, used by millions of people. For example, we have LawPack, WinPack, IcePack, ODEPack, Docile. All these things are outstanding software, open source software, already used, already available in Scilab. Of course, these are so good, these are also used in MATLAB. In fact, that's why the computations are very reliable. Established open source software. Some of these software were written in the early 80s. So we are talking about software having been used for 35 years, 40 years. Okay, in fact, these were there even in the original MATLAB that came in Fortran, written by I'm suddenly lost for words. The founder of Scilab, let me just see if I can. Yeah. So I'm so bad. I have to open the file that I created. Professor Moeller, Cleve Moeller created original MATLAB. It got run with NSF funding, and this was available as Fortran source code. In fact, I had downloaded when I was in the US doing my PhD, downloaded, compiled, installed it. It worked beautifully, right? That also used LAPACK, LinPack, probably LinPack and IcePack. I'm not sure whether LAPACK was available at the time. Anyway, to cut the story short, Scilab is an amazing software, outstanding software used extensively by lots of people, and it is suitable for a country like India that is short of capital, but lots of human power, lots of capable people who can use this, add information, add toolboxes, and things like that. I also see people from Bytecode Asia in Malaysia joining us. Very happy for that. So we have with us, with this short introduction, I would like to invite first, because I think Professor Sahasrabudhe is busy. Otherwise, I would have called Claude first. But Professor Sahasrabudhe is the
Kannan, there is more time available.
Somewhat time available because Claude Gomez, he was the president of Scilab Enterprises. In fact, he has been associated with Scilab from the very beginning. So I want him to tell a few words, and then we will go to Professor Sahasrabudhe. I will introduce Professor Sahasrabudhe afterwards. So we have Claude, who came up with Scilab version 5 and made major improvement, and it is in some sense life for Claude. So Claude, we are very happy to have you. Please go ahead and say a few words.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
First of all, I'm very happy to be here and to be part of this meeting. I have to say, as you said, that I am involved in Scilab for a very, very, very long time because I was the man who put Scilab on the internet in 1994. So it's a very long time. And you must know that now I'm retired, but I'm still interested. Very true. But what is missing in Scilab sometimes toolboxes, more toolboxes in many domains and very good toolboxes. And there are people in the world making such kind of toolboxes, but it's very difficult for them to be known, or sometimes it's not very easy. And I think that the idea of this contest is a very good idea because it is a place where people can make the publicity, make good toolboxes. I have an experience in the domain because in the past I organized a number of contests in China and in Japan. So the difference with this contest is that it was contest for students. So this is the first point. And the second point was that it was a contest with not many students. It was between 10 and 20. But I have an experience about the way we did that, and I already sent to Canan instruction about the context that I wrote because it's very important that the people who send you the toolbox send the toolbox in a good shape in order for you to examine them, to test them, to have a good documentation and to see them. This is very important. So I send it to Canan. The second point is that with the toolbox we got, very few became very well known. The main reason is that it was made by students, and the students then go away, and there is nobody to continue the maintenance of a toolbox. So I think it's if there are very good toolboxes, you should be sure, you should assure that it will be maintained in the future. So I don't know what to say more because about Scilab, Canal has said nearly everything. And I hope I'm very surprised about the number of toolboxes that are participate. Okay. Canal. Hello.
Yeah, voice is audible.
Sir, we can hear you.
Hello.
Professor Kannan is trying to speak, but his microphone is on mute.
Okay, sorry about it. So I still have to learn these things. I keep forgetting. I'm allowed to be an absent-minded professor. So I just wanted to summarize the status. We have more than 700 teams who submitted proposals. There were some teams that had only one person, some with four, up to four we permitted. So on an average, I will say it is between 2 and 3. That's the number of proposals we received. We went through that and shortlisted 150 plus. I think it's about 159, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we are expecting. And it's likely that there are some duplications. Some popular toolboxes, software may be attempted by more than one group to be converted as toolbox. We are going to permit them because actually they don't know that there is somebody else doing it. In any case, I thought that for popular software, it is better that 2 or 3 groups try to do that, so at least one of them will succeed. So I'm hopeful of getting something like 50 toolboxes at least completed through this process, which will be a fantastic resource to the community of Scilab users. And now Professor Sahasrabudhe has kindly included Scilab as one of the acceptable software, and he has always encouraged me. Professor Sahasrabudhe is the chairman, All India Council for Technical Education, that ensures the quality of education, engineering education, diploma colleges, and so on. We are delighted to have Professor Sahasrabudhe here with us, and he's the chief guest for this event. I would request Professor Sahasrabudhe to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kannan Maudgalya. You have been a very passionate person in terms of development of any tool which is useful for students. I'm aware of your FOSSE as well as tutorials on which you have been working for so long. And my own experience with IIT Bombay, I was director at College of Engineering Pune, that online classes of IIT Bombay being made available to students of College of Engineering Pune. In fact, it was in 2006-7 when even the word MOOCs was not coined. So online education began with the experiment between IIT Bombay and College of Engineering Pune, thanks to the visionary leadership of Dr. F.C. Kohli, first chairman of Tata Consultancy Services. And having said that, today we are here, Professor Kannan Maudgalya, on a different platform. On one side, we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is what is being talked about today by the Honorable Prime Minister and Finance Minister and all that. And there are a huge number of software which are available in the public domain, which are expensive actually. For example, the one which is going to be compared today with Scilab is the MATLAB, and MATLAB has a huge number of toolboxes and all that, fine, but it's very expensive, and even the number of seats the college can procure is also limited. And if you want to really improve the quality of education, I think these simulation-based software are very, very important, where you really do a lot of numerical computation. And we were using Fortran in our college days, and subsequently C, C++, and all that been developing. But I think Scilab is a beautiful alternative for MATLAB, which is an open source, free platform, where a lot of numerical computation in different domains of engineering is possible. And I'm very thankful to Claude Gomez, who has been online here today with us from France. And the genesis, as I understand, of the Scilab itself began from
Professor Sasrabuddhe, we cannot hear you. Not sure whether you can. Let's wait for a minute. So in the meantime, while we are waiting for Professor Sasrabuddhe, let's hope that he'll come back. Let me just see if I can call him. Okay, so let me see until Professor Sasrabuddhe is back, we can continue with our conversation. Is Vinita, you want to say who's next to speak? Is
Oh, am I audible, sir? Vinita here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, you can invite our partners and endorsement partners to talk.
Yeah. So we, in fact, I see.
in eco, and therefore, from 1990 onwards to today, that is 2020, ideas to little products over a period of time. And, this hackathon.
Sasrabuddhe, your mic is muted.
Since when? Since beginning?
Actually, you went away for some time.
Oh, I see. So
And then
no, I'm but anyway, I think so someone must have muted me as well. But anyway, I'm not going to repeat all that what I said. But in nutshell, this particular hackathon to develop toolboxes for Scilab is an exciting idea. There are many toolboxes which are straight away useful for students in the research. They are going to be made to be available through this platform. I have been seeing that since AICT introduced this as one of the possible software available, and then it will take away requirement of bot software. And in that sense, many institutions have started using this software. And interestingly, in many of the courses in the early years itself. So to make them aware of Scilab and to create a potential among students, faculty have been giving small assignments, which are based on Scilab, and whether it is first year sub course itself or second year course, third year course, and by the time they come to the final year, we have a grand project, and in that there will be large scale usage of Scilab. I think that is where we are leading to, and I'm sure these 50 odd new toolboxes which are going to be added to the kitty of existing Scilab toolboxes will encourage our other researchers to come forward. And I think this should not be one-time exercise. Because of COVID times, we innovated and got this hackathon. But let us make this an annual feature so that every year, if we are adding 50 and then gradually 100 and 200 toolboxes, we can compete with the commercial software as well. I think with that, I congratulate and welcome all the students. There are 700 odd students now participating today, and they are all teams of 1 to 2, 3, 5, etc. And all the best. And prize is one thing. See, the pleasure of working on this work, developing app, many people do it. They develop some games. So here, something which is very, very useful to the entire community. I think you must be having pleasure in doing that. Prize may be there, may not be there. Secondary thing, that so satisfaction that one earns, that my toolbox which I generated or created is going to be used by hundreds of students. I think that itself is a great pleasure. With these few words, once again, I thank Cloud as well for joining all the way from France early morning, and best wishes for all the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Subodh. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, thanks for your encouraging words. These students are, a combination of students from IT, CS, and also engineering, sciences, physics. So it's a good collaborative thing. And if we do this well, then we can also have students from different parts of India. And why different parts of India? Different parts of the world also to work together.
We have been moving in that direction, Professor, that we want to have, I told about India hackathons, but already we have India-Singapore hackathon. India-Portugal hackathon is on the cards, and ASEAN level hackathon is also on the cards. Yeah. So slowly we will go to global level actually.
Yeah. So we are very happy with your encouragement. I'm sure the students will do very well, and also hopefully many colleges will also accept. In fact, students across the country, about 1,000 students have created something like something called Scilab Toolbooks. Scilab Textbook Companion. Scilab Textbook Companion, what it is take a standard textbook. For every solved example, give Scilab code. If they do it for a whole book, it becomes a textbook companion. Mm-hmm. So we have it for about 630 books. Almost all good books of science and engineering are already covered. So these users of these books don't need to ask, how do I use Scilab? They just have to open the textbook companion. For every solved example, there is a Scilab code. So in fact, there is a collection of 75,000 examples coded using Scilab, already available, made free to the world, provided free to the world by students of our country. One can search amongst them, create a problem set for homework, labs, tests. So it is extremely useful for teachers also. So that is something that we have done. Other thing that FOSSEE does is lab migration.
Professor, you tell the location, website where they can look at so that students can propagate that idea further. Yeah.
So this website is scilab.in, SCILAB, scilab.in. So there we have all these things available, textbook companion. The other is lab migration. For any college that wants to migrate their lab to Scilab from a commercial software, whatever it could be from MATLAB, it could be from any other commercial software. If they want to migrate to Scilab, we already have helped about 100 labs migrate. All the code is already available. So almost every lab that you need to do is already covered. So that is an amazing thing. We also are starting something called case studies. We have this in several other areas, but today's focus is Scilab, so I'll just stay with Scilab. So if you see scilab.in, you will see actually many of these things. On the left-hand side panel, you will see something called textbook companion. You will see lab migration. And then if you expand, it actually says how to access them and so on. So I think as I'm talking, Professor Subodh is actually checking it out. So if you can go through this and say a few words, then we can
No, I already said that this migration of lab to Scilab is an exciting idea because many of them earlier were using some of the commercial software in their institutions with limited licenses. In fact, one of the problems is even the cost being so exorbitant, people will have only one license or five licenses. At a time, simultaneously, only five people can use it. Whereas the class is of 60 students. And if you take all 4 years batches, it will be multiplied. And all disciplines, if you add, it will be enormous strength which would like to use that. And therefore, translating that into Scilab will open up the entire world at their disposal. So you can have any number of students using it simultaneously in the institution, and which will give a lot of help in developing further new problem solutions. And as well as this excitement which we are creating through this hackathon, people will start developing their own beyond hackathon as well and start sending you that please add ours also into the kitty. So you see, there are books which are for all the courses. So even new courses which are emerging courses, emerging technologies, also one can have books for that. And this would be a rich resource from our own community. So community helping community. I think this is the greatest social responsibility that we are all shouldering. We call this corporate social responsibility. This is educational social responsibility, ESR, that we are doing. And I'm sure I should compliment you. I always, whenever I receive your mail or SMS, or even if I'm busy, if I cannot take it immediately, as soon as possible, I call back because I know something exciting is there. It is always to look forward to something new happening. And I wish all the students also make use of this portal and propagate this idea. See, actually, the most important thing is through your Facebook, through your Twitter, or whatever social, media platforms we use. I think we should communicate to all other students so that this.
If I can interrupt, the students have actually benefited immensely by these content creation projects. I know some student who got a Japanese internship because he participated in Textbook Companion. I think it was a student from Trichy, NIT Trichy or Sastra University, one of the two. There was another student who was asked he applied for masters in New Jersey, and they asked him, how do we know that you are capable of writing programs? So he sent the link to Scilab Textbook Companion. That is one thing we do. We give honorarium, we give certificates. More importantly, we give a link to their creation on our portal, which they share with everybody, and they get recognized. And they have done very well in their lives, in their higher studies and so on. So it's a great opportunity for everybody, to the community to be helped. And it's an opportunity for India, because at one time India was seen as only the consumer of open source software, that we were not contributing much. So here is an opportunity. We have 1.3 billion people, and we have the largest student strength, for example, if not the largest, at least the second largest student strength. And if all of them get together and contribute, we can, do immensely for the global good. And we should take up our responsibility, our position in the world.
Yeah, Professor Kannan Maudgulia, you said it. We always say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family, and Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Let the whole world be happy with the contribution that we are making. We will not charge for them. This is our ancient philosophy. We are only reinventing that actually in some form.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Sasrabuddhe. Thanks for your time.
It's almost 10:30, and I'll have to shift my gear to an interview for our advisors post. So I think thank you very much, and all the best for all our students, faculty who have been associated with this hackathon. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Sasrabuddhe. Yeah. Okay, so we will next move on to our partners. We see dignitaries from Anna University. Professor Surappa could not come, so I will invite Dr. Senthil Kumar to say a few words, if you can hear me. Dr. Senthil Kumar, are you there? Okay, I'm not able to see who are all the people. I have to scroll through this. Yeah, what we have done is we didn't get confirmation from many people. In fact, let's ask Professor Annapurni. Annapurni, are you there?
I'm available.
Can you say a few words on behalf of Anna University?
Definitely, sir.
Yeah,
I
please
will
go
share
ahead.
my views. So thanks for giving opportunity for us to collaborate with this hackathon, sir. So it's a nice opportunity for us to know more about the Scilab happening, sir. I think it is useful for the students community to prepare toolbox for Scilab, sir. I think it's really useful for student community. As a collaborator, will support during this events. Thank you, Ananda.
So while waiting, let's invite Kenneth. Is Kenneth available from Bytecode Asia?
Sir, he's there online, and
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you.
okay. Hi, my name is Kenneth.
Yeah, you want to put your video on?
Yes. Should be coming up. Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Hi. My name is Kenneth. I'm calling in from Bytecode. We are a company that have been advocating open source tools, and one of the key tools is Scilab. So I'm honored to be invited to participate in this hackathon for Scilab. I mean, I'm so amazed with the population, the amount of people, the participants that is coming in. You know, I think we were just now doing a little private chat between our company, other people, that the number of people. I mean, you have a big population, so you get really good response compared to regions like we're coming in from is ASEAN. Particularly only just two countries, Singapore and Malaysia. We have a very small population. Yeah, so it's a lot of things to learn. So Bytecode is a relatively new company, and we have been involving with Scilab through earlier company, which I think some of my colleague is also participated here. They contribute also to Toolbox. Some of the key toolbox that we have been contributing and upload to the Scilab Atoms website that includes computer vision. And recently we added actually IoT. So this hackathon is an exciting experience for us because we will be seeing contributions from the students in India, but mostly I think probably 100% India, and it is really good. I think just now I heard over some conversation that is paid software. I think in particularly we are referring to MATLAB. Yeah. So I many of us may have experience with using MATLAB, but I think open source opens up a whole new era. Our key messaging to people is open source is eating the world. Open source is eating the world because it provides a disruption. Basically, it disrupts the whole software supply chain. You do not need to buy. The whole world is a family. one of the speaker just now said, and this was really touching. Yes, the whole world is a family. And today with the COVID-19 pandemic, it even encouraged more participation in the open source. And this is something that I continue to look forward, that the open source should shake the whole world, because it provides the possibility for people to use both in academia and commercial. One of the things that, as I say, we come from a commercial company. Many people doesn't aware that the software has two license schemes, the commercial and the edu. So if you even use in the educational world, but if the student get graduated, they can use in the commercial. They cannot. The commercial will be a totally different pricing. So with the open source, it basically give commercial company, SME, a low entry point in using the open source software. Yeah. So thank you for Professor Kanan to invite to say a few words. Yeah, I wish the best for all the participants and the organizer. Amazing organizing. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenneth. While waiting for the next person, I would invite Jiva to say a few words. Jiva has been helping us in organizing this hackathon, and he used to be an advisor to the World Bank. He has his own startup, and recently helped Anna University conduct a hackathon, COVID hackathon app development. Jiva, are you there?
Yes, Professor Khanna, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, please say a few words.
Okay. Yeah, very good morning to Professor Kannan, Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, Dr. Cloud Gomes, FOSSI team, spoken tutorial team of IIT Mumbai, Bytecode team, and other institutions which are endorsing and partnering with this Scilab Toolbox Hackathon. As Professor mentioned, I'm Jivanandan Duraisamy. I used to work with the UN and World Bank in the earlier. Now also I do work, but now I have my own startup called Climate Smart Technologies. We predominantly work in Asia Pacific, and now we are planning to do some work in Africa also, which I have worked in the past with UN. I am extremely pleased with this attempt of making this Scilab Toolbox Hackathon. When it was explained to me, it was not very easy. We're already doing another hackathon. And when Professor Kannan said that, let's do this toolbox, I said like, okay, what is a toolbox? Because I'm not coming from an engineering stream. I come from a science and art stream. So I don't have that kind of understanding. Though I run a tech company, my tech is limited to apps, IoTs, and blockchain and all those kind of things. But toolboxes are more higher level things. And but the idea was very, very interesting. It was very challenging, very interesting. And he was very confident that he was saying that anyone with the basic coding knowledge can learn and develop a toolbox. So we said, okay, let's try it. Whatever would be the outcome, we should make a start. That should be a starting point, and we can gradually improve upon that. And I'm really surprised that there have been more than 700 applicants in a short span of time, and more than 150 or 100 and almost close to 200 got selected. I'm sure the remaining will get more and more interested as we progress along. And I also really like what Professor Sahasrabudhe mentioned, that we should really take lead on organizing global hackathons, though we are partnering with many countries. But I think the time has come that we can, as a nation with a lot of human resource, with a lot of IT technical institutes and capacity, we have the ability now to put this global hackathons together. I'm sure all the partners who are now connected would agree to that. I am already working with ADB and few other institutions to organize similar hackathons, because they were all very impressed with the result-oriented hackathon that we were organizing for COVID. So we are doing this similar hackathons. So I really like that if we can make every technical institute to run this hackathons every year, like typically like a sports meet. Every year there is a sports meet in every institution that culminates into an Olympic ultimately. And similarly, if every institute at a district level, state level, national and global level can every year put up these hackathons together, sure the gap that is there in developing countries, and even for developed countries which needs to upgrade its technology, there will be a number of toolboxes that can come out of these things. And as the professor said, that there will be only few licenses in every institute. So I remember my days when I was in a rural school where there was only 2 computers in 80s. That they were all the students, 100 plus students who used to read computer science just with books. And they will get maybe once in 3 months, they'll get a chance for a half an hour to sit in front of the computer. That's how they learn the computer science. So similarly, now if there's more and more softwares are made available, the industry 4, which we are all talking, has been completely fast-tracked by this COVID-19. And I was telling my World Bank friends and others that, it would have taken normally 10 years for digital adoption of various technologies. Now COVID-19 has made that happen in 100 days. I'm sure every institute, every faculty has used video conferencing, which we have never even tried in the past. So with this, I really expect that all the participants to learn and get this toolbox done. And this will be a very interesting output, and it will be a life-changing moment for you when you can tell a company or anybody who is willing to hire you, it's like, this is my Scilab toolbox. I have done this. I have done these 3 toolboxes. They will be more than happy to hire you. So with this, I really wish all the very best to all the participants, and thank all the partnering institutions to come together and put this event very quickly online. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Kannan, once again.
Thank you, Jeeva. We have Professor Satish Anigari. Satish Anigari is a professor in VTU, and he also became the registrar of exams. And what is more interesting is he is one of the persons who wrote a book on Scilab. He's a civil engineer. He used Scilab code in structural engineering, and we are delighted to have Professor Satish Anigari. If you can say a few words on behalf of VTU, we'll be very happy.
Sir, I think he just left. I think he's facing some problem. I could see exit of Satish Anigare right now.
Okay, so you can see if you can call him. In the meantime, we'll see whether Dr. Duraimurugan Samaya can say a few words.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can we have your video also, if you don't mind?
Sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, yes, sir. I am Duraimurugan. I am working as associate professor at St. Joseph's College of Engineering in Chennai. Actually, the mentor of my students. So this is a big opportunity for us to do this work. Actually, this type of project to enable our students to bring the student to international level. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much for accepting our participation as well as conducting this program. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Happy that you could join. We have Professor Professor Kumar Appaya. I thought I saw him. We still have to learn how to use this, invite people and so on.
I'm here, Kannan.
Yeah. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, so I just I have actually participated in a small way in some of these toolbox developments, and I feel that a hackathon like this is very useful because it just expands the capability of Scilab so much and makes it even more powerful than it is. So I am very happy that this program has been arranged.
Yeah. So Professor Kumar Appaya is he still maintains Debian, from the time he did PhD at UT Austin. He's my colleague in IIT Bombay, and he's the tech guru that we go to if we have some any questions. So I'm happy that he could participate. Thanks, Kumar. Is Professor Ashutosh Mahajan present? Okay. So,
Oh, so Professor Madhu Belur is also there.
yeah. Professor Madhu Belur, can you say a few words?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, please.
Am I audible? Yeah. This is Madhu Belur. I am a faculty member in electrical engineering. I want to say just 2-3 things. One is that I'm very happy that this is an open source initiative, and a lot of people who are good in open source, their skills will get used. Second is that we have lots of people I see around who say that I wish there was this, I wish there was that. They keep having a long wish list. But the question is, what did I do to solve the problem? What did I contribute? We across the world across the world, there are different contributors, and we often just keep taking those contributions. Maybe we should stop complaining and start to contribute. That this hackathon is a great step in that direction. Great. Yeah. I'm sure at the end of the hackathon, there'll be a lot of contributions. Third is that we do need badly across different areas people who can interface skills between that software and Scilab. So this interfacing of that ability and this ability together is a very great valuable skill in every area. And at the end, I'm sure a lot of contribution will happen, but I hope that all of you follow some discipline about code. Don't write crappy code. Don't write code that nobody else other than the team members can understand, can use. Please write a good disciplined code that can be valuable for many more years beyond this hackathon. Okay, these are the things that I would like to add to various things that have been told already. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu. So while we wait for the next person, because we didn't follow a proper procedure of getting confirmation from people, we informed them, but we are not sure whether how many of our partners are available. While waiting, let me just point out some of the other things that FOSSEE is doing, so that it may be of interest to students who are participating. We are promoting a software called DWSIM for chemical process simulation, Open Modelica, which is a general purpose modeling and simulation program. We promote Python in a very big way. In fact, one of the leading activities of a FOSSEE project is Python. In every one of these, we do textbook companion, for example. We do lab migration. We do case studies, circuits. We work with OpenFOAM, which is an amazing software for computational fluid dynamics. We work with R. We promote R in a big way. It is an alternative to SPSS and other statistical software packages. By the way, all these software packages and all our work can be accessed from fossee.in, FOSSEE, fossee.in. The name of FOSSEE itself is quite interesting, the way the name came. We said, initially we said that we would promote open source software. Then the ministry, MHRD, that funded us, Ministry of Human Resource Development, it told us, don't try to do for everybody, have some focus. So we said we will focus on engineering. So we said that free and open source software for engineering education. So that is FOSSEE. That's why we have, because we have engineering education, we have double E at the end, EE at the end. FOSS followed by EE for engineering education. After some time, the ministry said, what about science? Because we were doing well, they wanted us to expand. So we said, okay, science and education, science and engineering, free and open source software for science and engineering, but our acronym remained the same. Little later, a couple of years later, they said that these IITs are very bad. They only talk about science and engineering. What about humanities? What about other fields? They also need software. Who will promote them? So we dropped that science, engineering. We just said that for education. So the name itself says that the FOSSI project is extremely popular, and thanks to the vision of MHRD, our Ministry of Human Resource Development, that thought that it is through technology-enabled education that we are going to go ahead. That vision they came up with in somewhere around 2000, early 2000. So it's an amazing vision, and there whatever they have started is extremely useful. We are really pleased about it. I would like to know whether anybody else from our partner institutions are there. I would like to know whether Dr. Subbalakshmi is present. If she is there, I would want her to say a few words.
Subbalakshmi ma'am is not there.
Can you please call her?
I had called her. She said that she missed the mail and she's trying to join.
Okay. So we have Dr. Subbalakshmi and her team. BTU, VIT Chennai campus. She comes from VIT Chennai campus, and she's our partner. And in fact, their team came up with the examples for Python. Is the documentation on Python useful? If anybody is using it, can you just put it in the chat, whether you are finding it useful, whether you have a question, and so on. So while waiting for her, I can answer. Is there any tutorial for toolbox creation? There is a person, Rajan Goyal, who has written. Of course, we have a spoken tutorial. We already have it on our web page. Look at the Hackathon web page. A link is given. And okay, you say that you found only one on FOSSI website. Yes, it's also on the Hackathon website, scilab.in/hackathon. That's where you have to go and see. We have it for also Python. Thanks. Rishi says that very much useful. Then Satyantan Bose says Python documentation is very useful. Ardash Gowda says yes, very much useful. So thanks very much for all the inputs. We are in fact converting the Python documentation also into a spoken tutorial. In fact, it will be converted into 2 spoken tutorials. One is creation of the Python toolbox, Python based toolbox, and then installation of it and using it because it's a somewhat lengthy process. In fact, I got this idea of this Scilab Toolbox Hackathon from what my colleague, Professor Prabhu Ramachandran, who leads the Python activity, told me. So he said, oh, there are thousands of Python code, thousands of Python programs. It'll take forever to do that. It'll take forever to convert them into toolboxes. This was about a month ago. We were all planning, we were all discussing, trying to figure out how to increase the toolboxes, how to bring this external software. But he said, not possible, it'll take forever because there are 1,000 software packages available. That's when I got the idea, why don't we make this a challenge for our own bright students, and they can actually do this in no time. And in fact, we are about to see it. So we have, we are waiting for Dr. Subbalakshmi. Once she comes, she can explain how she and her team went about in creating these documentation. They are our creation, our partner in the conduct of this hackathon. We have endorsement partners who said good things about this. They advertised, they shared this information in their colleges, and so on. While waiting, I would want our organizers to say a few words. Vinita, would you want to say a few words about the workshop of the hackathon itself? For the participants, for example, for the contestants, if you want to say something, go ahead. After that, we have Rupak Rokade. He can also say a few words. Please go ahead, one of you.
Yeah, Vinita here. Good morning, everyone. I'm one of the FOSSI project manager, and it's a really overwhelming experience, and we have got very good participation from all of you, and all the best and do good work. Thanks. Rupak, you can go ahead.
Good morning, all of you. Welcome to all the dignitaries and all the participants. I would like to thank to all the participants who have participated in the hackathon, that with your support and with your contributions, Scilab can succeed and it can become much, much bigger than what it is right now. I would wish you all the best in creating toolboxes, and please keep the enthusiasm. Thank you.
Okay, apparently Professor Subbalakshmi is busy now. She cannot join. So we have, I think Dr. Senthil Kumar could not address us. He's from Anna University, Trichy campus. If he's free, he can address the audience. Dr. Senthil Kumar.
He's online, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Claude. Would you want to say anything more? All right. We have Chinlu with us. Chinlu, would you want to say a few words? He is also from Bytecode Asia. In fact, I want to tell a brief story of our interaction with Chinlu. He's in Malaysia doing amazing work. We created FOSSI optimization toolbox with using coin or resources under the guidance of Professor Ashutosh Mahajan. We got this working in Linux, but we had difficulty in getting it working in Windows. In fact, we came to know of it from our friends in CNES, Dr. Martin. Dr. Martin called and said that he wrote me a mail saying that the Windows version was available only for Scilab version 5.3. Whether we could get the FOSSI optimization toolbox for version 6 working. We actually spent quite a few months trying to figure out because we were actually missing something. We didn't have expertise in using Windows, of course. We are mainly open source software users. Chinlu found the mistake in just one day, and the next day it was working. So we are very happy that Chinlu is part of our team from Bytecode Asia. Chinlu, would you want to say a few words to the participants?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thanks, Prof. Kannan. It's really great to the link up with this ITV. Well, first of all, the optimization module is just because maybe I'm just lucky and then familiar with a little bit on this window compilation. So nothing much to mention. Okay, but actually, in fact, from the first contact with Prof. Kannan team until today, we really amazed with the capability of your parties. And we really, when I talked to Rupak about these competitions, I did told him that in that short time frame, we can't really get any of the teams up. especially during that time it was our festival seasons in our region. Okay, but I'm really amazed that you can get 700 hours participations on these hackathons. And in fact, I did share out with two of the these France University Scilab developer. Both of them are very positive on these hackathons. And I don't know whether they have did any submission, but I doubt so. Okay, but they are actually commenting that if possible, then you make it yearly, a regular event. As I heard just now, we want to make it. The next round might be the worldwide. Hopefully, we can do it during their summer holiday or whatsoever to get more people participate in these meaningful competitions. So I really great to have be part of this, even though I didn't involve too much on everything. So I'm really happy that at least a little bit participation in this event is really great. Make us know a lot. I learned a lot from Rupa, from Prof. Kanan, from all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chindu. Yeah, I would have really liked to have Dr. Subulakshmi to address us, somebody from IIT. In fact, I will see if I can call. In the meantime, is there any student would want to say something? Any contestant? If so, please go ahead. Yeah. So, hi, Claude. Are you there? You want to say anything else? We are going to close soon.
No,
words. Go ahead.
It's a very, very good idea. The idea, if I think it will be a success, and if it is a success, it will be a very good thing to do it regularly. I don't know if each year is too much, but this is a very good idea. And I didn't get from how many countries come the proposals of. Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I want to know the participation from India, but also from Malaysia and from other countries. Are there many countries now?
We have got participation right now from India only.
Okay. Okay.
As Professor Sahasrabudhe mentioned, maybe in the future we will make an attempt to do this. In this particular case, of course, we had to do it in a hurry. We wanted to make sure that the close down time was used, lockdown time was used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claude, we cannot, your voice is not coming continuously. So it is difficult to find out whether you are speaking, not speaking. So unfortunately, our connections
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is the reason. Sorry
I'm
for
sorry.
interrupting. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Thanks, Claude. We will keep you posted, and then, in fact, we will take your advice from time to time. We look forward to we look forward to your support in bringing ESI and CNES and other French companies on board. Number one. Number two, there are some very bright students amongst the hackathon participants, and they may be given some, let's say, internship or something like that in French companies. That will be mutually beneficial, both for the students and for the organizations that would hire these students. So Claude, we have inaugural. In fact, I was supposed to do this, but I didn't. I got it missed. Claude, can you please cut the ribbon? I'll send you the link shortly.
All right.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, actually, I was supposed to ask the chief guest to do that, but I forgot. So, where is the link? So I have to send the link, no, Vinita?
Shall I ping you again?
On the chat, okay.
On your personal chat, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I missed it. You had sent it at 9:59. So Claude, I just sent you the link. See if you can access it. We also have to give you permission to share your screen. You'll do that?
Yeah. He can share the
have to
screen.
do?
Yeah. Have you received my mail?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to, you have to share the screen.
Okay, I see it. I can see it.
Yeah. You have to say share content. If you see in the bottom.
Yeah.
Share content, you click that.
I can use the scissors?
Yeah, but share the screen first so that everybody can see what you're doing.
Okay. It worked. Good.
Okay, I think he didn't share the, Claude, you didn't share the screen. So let me just do that, repeat that for you.
So you can go back in that link itself and come back to the ribbon.
Yeah, can you please try once more? Let me. Yeah, Claude, I want you to try once more. Just share your content first so that we can see your desktop.
How can I do that?
Yeah, in the bottom you see the mute button. Do you see the mute button on your screen? Do you know how to do how to mute yourself?
Reclaim, raise, recognition.
Next to mute is stop my video. That is the bottom of the WebEx screen.
Share content.
Yeah, share content. Yeah, that's it.
What do I share?
The top one. Share the screen. Share the screen.
So what do I share? A screen. Okay.
Screen, yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. So now go back to click the link again.
Right. Yeah, I am it. Do you see it?
We cannot see the browser. We only see the desktop.
I can share. I have two screens. I can share one screen or another screen. What do you want? Do you want me to show you the screen where there is the browser with a link?
Where the ribbon is. Where the ribbon is, you show that screen. The browser.
Is it good or not?
Yeah, we are waiting. It is starting to, you're starting to share. There might be a small delay. We'll wait. Yeah, possibly it is taking a long time. Your screen is not coming. Possibly because the bandwidth is not sufficient. Maybe it requires a larger bandwidth. Yeah, that's right. Now we can see your screen. So you make your browser visible.
Does it work? Yes or not?
We only see the WebEx page from your screen.
Hi. Todd, you can possibly take the URL and paste it in this browser.
No, he has done that before.
In fact, what do you want?
Okay, so what Claude, you have already done that. What I will do is I will do it on your behalf. Okay. You can stop sharing the screen.
Okay. I stopped.
Yeah. Okay. So what I will do is I will do that so that people can see. Okay, I have to share the screen first. Okay, can you see the screen?
Yes.
The ribbon can be seen. Okay, so let me.
Yes, sir.
Let me inaugurate myself.
In fact, Canon, I already did it on my browser.
Yeah.
WhatsApp में भेज
We have
WhatsApp में
hello?
भेज दो
So we have the submission instructions here. You can just say that to the participants.
Yeah. So for all the participants, the submission instructions are here. It says how they have to submit. So it is the hackathon page /submissions.html. That's where you have to do this. Okay, so I want to thank all the participants for your enthusiastic participation. Let me stop.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lord.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So,
Thank you everyone for joining.
okay. Yeah, Chinlu has actually mentioned what the issue is. Dr. Claude has two screens, so the ribbon is on the other screen. So that is the thing. So we have to find out how to fix that.
Sorry.
Harsh wants to say something. Go ahead, Harsh.
Well, when I go to Scilab Toolbox Hackathon webpage, there is still the scissors and nothing has been cut for me. Anyway,
thanks.
So it's finished.
I think Harsh wants to say something. Is Harsh around? Yeah, please introduce yourself and go ahead.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am Harsh Tamrakar. I have graduated from IIT Bombay in 2018, and I am very excited and delighted to say that I have taken Professor Kannan's course on digital control system, and there I have learned a lot of things. Like we have a MOOCs classroom, so we learn all the course content in the record in the video mode, and every Wednesday we have to use our test. And that test is on itself an app, so that means no paperwork was there. So that makes me more inclined towards using technology for our courses. And even we have lot of simulations, digital control systems, simulations based on control system on using Scilab was there. I remember model predictive control and etc. we used to do in there, and a lot of assignments also there. And apart from this regular activities are also promoted to use or promoted a lot of workshops like that of Scilab, LaTeX, Python. I have attended almost all of those, and I am very proud that I stands apart from all others, mostly, but because I have got this kind of exposure that as I have never been observed like this. So even today, I a lot of things I use just like professor has taught us, and that has given a good motivation to use open source and everything. That's why I immediately, when I found this about there is a hackathon, I immediately registered and found I engaged 2-3 colleagues, and they also find very interesting, and I am happy about that. Thanks, Professor.
Thank you, Harsh. So there is a question from somebody. Any suggestions? Vivansh says, any suggestions for those participants who are new to using Scilab toolboxes? So obviously, if you want to solve a particular problem, you have to understand the domain. You might be an expert with a solution to a problem. Okay, that is, you are good in, let's say, interfacing. You are good in some open source software. You are aware of it. You know, you are very good in Python. You are very good in C. But to be useful, you have to spend a little bit of time about Scilab itself. And I claim that you don't need too much time to learn Scilab. If you go through the spoken tutorials, so it's available in spoken-tutorial.org. If you go there and look at Scilab spoken tutorials are there. You can learn from that. I think the link for that is also available from the Hackathon webpage. So you have to learn that. And we also have a spoken tutorial on interfacing C routines to Scilab. And in fact, that spoken tutorial has been created by Rupert, who spoke some time ago. It is already available. You can go through that. So that is what I would say for people who don't know much about Scilab. If you are interested, if you are motivated, you can learn and compete. Remember, however, this is a competition. There is no handicap given to people who don't know. It's an open and free and fair competition. And I'm sure there will be some people who are extremely good in Scilab, but not necessarily that good in interfacing. and there will be somebody else who is extremely good in interfacing, but not necessarily, a big time user of Scilab. And I believe that all of them can compete well. If you work hard, you will succeed. So I want to wish you all the best, and thanks for joining. Vinita, you want to say something else, or should we close?
We can close. Just all the best, and participants can start coding.
Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye, and
bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye.